Good morning and welcome to the 10 a.m. daily weather brief. Starting off with a synoptic overview of the days to come, we are seeing some growing confidence in a major winter storm for much of the mid-Atlantic region. However, with that being said, there is still quite a bit of uncertainty when it comes to precipitation types and the overall transition period. So moving through, we'll just look at it step by step each day as we progress through the modeled days ahead until we get through that system and close out the next 7 days ahead. So starting with Friday, which we can see here on the left two images, we do have a cold front set to move through the area, and that does bring a slight chance of a few passing showers, but most importantly, that cold front is what's going to usher in that Arctic high pressure that will sit behind it, and that is going to set the stage for that weekend storm, as it will be the source of the cold air that will be needed to generate that winter weather. And then looking into Saturday and Sunday, the two images here on the right, we will see a trough off to the very far left there, down on the bottom right of the screen. We can see that trough is going to be moving from west to east, and that is going to act as our moisture source that is going to pull that water vapor from the Gulf and transport it up into our area, and that is eventually going to interact with that Arctic air that will be sitting in place, and that's where things really get going. However, that's also where things start to become a bit more complicated as it comes down to the overall storm track and the positioning of that low that is anticipated to form just off the coast. Now, taking a look at some overall models here are some of the latest runs with the GFS from 3 runs ago, and we can see that some of the later models here are now trending towards the low developing a bit closer to the coast, and if that solution kind of holds out, that means that it would likely be drawing in more mid-level warm air, and that would cause our snow totals to drop and potentially increase the chance for rain or more so mixed precipitation in that transition period, especially on the later half of the storm. So the 3 runs ago, we can see that low was a bit further out away from the coast, and we hence have a more snow-based solution. However, the Euro here, as of its most recent run, has it hugging the coastline, bringing in that warmer air. Hence, we have a more rain-heavy solution, and the Canadian kind of splits the difference, but definitely has trended towards that warmer air coming in. So that is currently the trend. We'll see if that continues, but given we're still a couple days out, that is what we are keeping an eye on. And then moving through all these conditions, the rain and snow is going to linger through Sunday, and things will then taper off Monday morning. And then following, we'll see high pressure build in from the central U.S. It's going to continue to push eastward and continue to build out, and that's going to keep those cooler temperatures locked in place. And we'll also see those precip chances remain suppressed as a result, and that will last through at least the middle of the week next week. Now that brings us to the 24-hour forecast ahead. We are seeing clear skies as of this morning, and that is anticipated through most of the working day today. We'll see some clouds build in the afternoon and into the evening, associated with a cold front that is going to pass through in the early hours, and we might see a sprinkle as a result, but overall no real concerns as far as any rain. That will be very impactful. We do have greens across the board today, and for our temperatures, expected to climb into the low 40s, with our winds remaining rather light to moderate, with the gusts into the upper teens for a good majority of the day, and then mellowing out on the back end. For the short-term risk chart here, we do have greens across the board, with Thursday looking to be mostly sunny, seeing a few clouds mix in, and a high of 54. That will be the warmest day of the week ahead. Thursday night, partly to mostly cloudy and a low around freezing, and then Friday mostly cloudy with a very slight chance of a midday passing shower and a high of 46, and those temperatures will be on the decline on Friday as we approach Saturday. And for the week ahead, at an overview here, mostly sunny today. We'll see clouds kind of build in tomorrow and then continue to do such into Friday. We'll see a cold front come through that might squeeze out a shower as it passes through. We'll also see that Arctic air on the backside. That then we will see our chances of snow build in Saturday on the front half of this system. We'll likely have accumulating snow during that time, and then things around midday on Sunday will start transitioning into rain, and that will likely eat away at any accumulation that we had previously had. And then on the backside, high pressure builds in, and we'll see some mostly sunny conditions by Tuesday. However, those temperatures do also, as mentioned earlier, remain suppressed and below freezing for much of the week ahead. And that is going to conclude the 7-day outlook. Be back tomorrow at 8:15 Daily Weather Operations Brief. Hope everyone has a great day.